Welcome back, everyone, to another Weather at a Glance video. In today's video, we will be covering our first tropical storm forecast for the 2021 hurricane season, all coming up in just a bit. Alright, and on our first slide, you can see that we are taking a look at Africa first, which you may be wondering, for the Atlantic hurricane season, why are we taking a look at Africa? Well, this is where everything starts to start out in our Atlantic hurricane season. So if we take a look here, moisture is a big part of hurricane season. And as you can see, our northern portions of Africa, we do not have a lot of moisture available up in those northern parts of Africa. So if you saw in my thumbnail, you may have seen that we don't have a really good possibility for an Atlantic hurricane season so far as we're looking at. So this may be a below average Atlantic hurricane season so far while we're looking at these forecast models, but everything is going to likely change, just not hope. As right now, we see that it's not really looking too good for the Atlantic hurricane season. So something, if those of you who live in the Atlantic portions of the United States, as of right now, it is not looking too good for you guys to see hurricanes, which is a good thing, as you will not have destruction as much as you used to every year. So, for those of you who live down the Gulf Coast, this is where this moisture comes in. And as these tropical storms get carried out east or westward out in the Atlantic, they will be heading for the Gulf of Mexico, likely like last season. And this will be bringing above average activity for the Gulf of Mexico. So, something that you will want to look out for if you live in the Gulf of Mexico. So far, we are seeing signs that this could be above average like last year in the Gulf of Mexico and below average in the Atlantic hurricane season. So make sure that you stay tuned, as we will be covering this more as we get closer to the Atlantic hurricane season and the Gulf of Mexico hurricane season. Pretty much the same thing. But as of right now, it looks like it's going to be way more above average in the Gulf of Mexico than the Atlantic hurricane season, which it has been showing in the past couple of years. All right, and as we move on to our precipitable water anomaly, you can see that we do have some portions of above average precipitation in our region that we were looking at, where that moisture is really available off of Africa. And this is all going to be moving westward, where you will be having hitting those high Cape values, which we will be talking about in just a minute. And you'll be able to see that this will cause those hurricanes to tune up and really strengthen just really early into their lives, causing them to be stronger as they come towards the United States, because there will be a lot of moisture and energy over the Atlantic. It's looking like the southern Atlantic will be very moisturized and it will be very active. So make sure that you're prepared for that. If you live in the Mediterranean area, it doesn't look too good for you, as these drier air temperatures will be consistently present down there, causing probably a drier summer and a drier hurricane season as well. And as you can see, there are some higher values of precipitation. There is precipitable water up in northern Africa, but nothing that really is going to cause these storms to really strengthen up on northern Africa. So showing signs again that there will not be a strong Atlantic hurricane season. But again, take this with a major grain of salt, as this is really early in the forecast. We are only in April right now, and there's still plenty of time until about July, where everything starts to ramp up. So make sure that you aren't taking this too seriously, as we are really early into the forecast, and this isn't really something that you really want to be taking seriously just yet. All right, now we're moving on to our temperature anomaly. This is our 2-meter AGL temperature anomaly, and you can see that there are consistent below average temperatures up on the eastern coast of Africa, up in the northern portions, and this is really going to result in less convective ability for these plumes of convective air to really force these storms into motion. And you can see down on the southern Gulf, or on the southern coast of Africa, you can see that we really do have a lot of hot temperatures and possibly some consistently slightly above average temperatures for those areas. So this will likely be strengthening storm development and will be causing some higher storm counts like last year for the Gulf of Mexico, and areas not include, but there are going to be those southern islands and the Bahamas possibly getting some strikes too, as these cross over Florida into the Gulf of Mexico. So anything southward, you really are going to have to pay attention, because this could be affecting your Atlantic hurricane season this season. So make sure you're staying tuned if you live in those southern areas like Louisiana, Florida, and even Texas. as you will want to be paying attention to the tropical storm activity as we move into those more late months where everything starts to heat up. All right, and now we're taking a look at our convective available potential energy, our CAPE levels. And as you can see, we usually use this for storm development on land in the United States for tornadoes and supercells and even just regular severe weather. But as you can see, we are using this to forecast these tropical storms because CAPE does have a big effect on tropical storms. Any storm has to have energy. That's the basic stage of life. You need energy to start something. So when you have this energy down here off of Africa, this is really going to strengthen these storms. And this seems to be our general area where this storm development is going to be likely. Now, of course, this pattern only goes out to about May, but you can see that everything kind of stays consistent as this La Nina is fading. So as this La Nina is fading, we can kind of see a general transition to a neutral phase. And this is showing that really storm development is going to be consistent with what's showing right now. Unless we change into a different phase, this likely will be what we are seeing this August. So if you can see here, you see these really high CAPE levels on the west coast of South Africa. This is really showing some of those high CAPE values and high storm development. So maybe even a possibly early hurricane season like last year too. If we have these high CAPE values, we definitely need that water temperature to heat up, of course. So these storms could really develop right about here. And then as they move out eastward, maybe hitting some colder water temperatures, that's where they're going to die off because they don't have enough warm water to survive. They need warm water and a lot of energy to survive. So if those things and factors aren't present, that's going to result in a non-active hurricane season. Also, for those of you, if any of my viewers live up in Indonesia or India, you really are going to want to look out for the Indian Sea, if I'm pronouncing that right. I might be getting that wrong, but right here, I don't do forecasts for other countries, but look at that. Look at all that energy out there. I know you guys definitely do have a very active hurricane season whenever it comes into those later months. But look at all of that CAPE value. Look at all those high CAPE values out there. That really is going to result in something big, I'm sure. You can see they kind of fade away, so I wouldn't say. I never like to sit there and say that something's going to be major or big because seriously, there is no sign right now that anything is going to be huge or big. We're really early in the forecast, so I'm not going to sit there and tell you guys to get ready, pack the bags, be prepared, because there is nothing happening, of course, right now. This is just an outlook to give you an idea of what you can expect. In those CAPE values, there's a lot more forecasting that goes into hurricanes than just CAPE values, but the CAPE gives you an idea of where these storms are really going to be developing. Because with that warm, moist water and all the energy present there, with the temperature difference in the atmosphere and lapse rates, we will get more into lapse rates as we get further into these forecasts in the future. But right now I'm keeping it simple for you guys, a short video to help you out. But with those lapse rates and those different temperatures in the atmosphere as well as those warm temperatures in the water, that's all storm development. And when you have these convective plumes over Africa that move out westward, the more cold the cloud tops, the stronger the storm, because the stronger the difference in energy and unstable energy. So there's your little briefing about hurricanes, just helping you out to try to figure out what's going on. For those of you who live south, you should definitely know what's going on, as you can prepare and help yourself as well with this knowledge. Alright, I want to thank you all for watching today's video. I'm sorry it's been a little while. It's hard to put these forecasts out consistently, especially with personal life, but big thanks to today's sources, Pivotal Weather, where all of the forecast models come from. I give a big thanks to you guys. You helped me out so much with these forecast models. Of course, I am not sponsored by them, but they provide all these forecast models to everyone, and you can go check them out at pivotalweather.com and select all the different forecast models that I use in these videos and other YouTubers use as well, including meteorologists. They use these forecast models as well on Pivotal Weather. So make sure you go check them out. They're a free source, and you can go check them out. Always like to cite them just in case, because I really do appreciate what they do for me. They allow all of us to use their forecast models, so big thanks to them. I would consider that you subscribe to the channel if you are interested in this kind of content. Of course, if you are not, don't consider subscribing. I never would ask you to do that. But if you are interested in this and you feel like coming back and you feel like you are going to come back, just hit the subscribe button so you can receive notifications right when they come out or whenever you're ready to watch them. And I would consider that you follow the Weather Glance Facebook page, as there's more inside edition about my channel and more updates that you might not be able to see on my YouTube channel, and complimentary forecasts when you message me on my Weather Glance Facebook page. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video.